I was invited to a forum about public housing. I realized at a point, I think about 15 minutes in, that I was the only black person in the room. That was a moment of realization that we really need to introduce other voices into the space. The problem of youth unemployment is a nationwide problem. Specifically in Brownsville, we have the highest number of disconnected youth in Brooklyn, which are 16 to 24-year-olds that aren't in school and aren't working. And then we also know that in the design and technology professions, less than 1% of licensed architects is black. Only 1% of tech founders is black compared to 87% white. The challenge is making the linkage for young people who don't know those professions as a viable career pathway to the people in those professions who want to link back and create space for them in the places where they are not. Made in Brownsville is a transdisciplinary creative agency employing youth to be the civic leaders and design and technology agents of the next generation. We do that through apprenticeship, where they're learning marketable skills to increase their access to design and technology professions. I was born and raised in Brownsville. At a pretty young age, I lost my uncle to the gun violence in Brownsville at around 5 years old. I think as opposed to being traumatized by that situation, I figured out how to make a passion out of thinking about public space and how I and others around me could make it safer. The MIB apprenticeship is an in-office apprenticeship for 6 months. Young people can sign up based on their interests. They're trained in kind of like the hard skills of software, like Adobe, for 3 months, and then in the latter 3 months, they're focused on a capstone project, which is usually a community benefits project, where they're thinking about a local challenge, and then they're devising a solution for that. And at the end of that, they'll exhibit it with the stakeholders and graduate into our creative agency as freelancers. So now we can hire them to work on projects for clients all over, and they're able to build their portfolios, but also builds their entrepreneurial capacity so that they can start their own businesses.
Made in Brownsville, they gave me a platform to showcase my talent and creativity. They taught me how to do screen printing, so we did some business classes and how to actually put together our own clothing line. I met a few designers, so we was able to collaborate on a couple of projects. They pushed me forward and pushed me on to that next step.
We've worked on a number of capstone projects where young people were thinking about public space. One of the spaces is the youth clubhouse at Marcus Garvey Village, where young people envisioned a space where they can think tank and be entrepreneurs and showcase their talents. And so they designed on some vacant land a shipping container, retrofitted shipping container that housed this youth clubhouse. Another project in partnership with the Department of Transportation, they designated a plaza in an old cul-de-sac that used to be kind of like insecure space. We worked with young people to conceive of a mural that would go on the ground for that plaza to make it a vibrant space for people to use. Made in Brownsville is a success when we have young people in jobs and young people that know that there's a safety net for them. Closing the cycle of poverty by them being able to come back to a place and give back to another generation of young people to make a healthy, happy, and productive community for everyone who lives here.